for Manx music stuff, and it turned into this really fascinating project. I'm a big history buff. I love history, and I love the history of music. It's such a beautiful and at times totally appalling and terrifying thing, but it just makes great stories. I mean, folk music, which blues is a folk music. It's stories of people, and I think there's a beautiful human thing to that. It's really lovely. So we were actually chasing these songs that had been written perhaps in Scotland originally, and the Isle of Man was, right in the middle of all of this. So we had fishing boats coming in and from Scotland, and they'll be singing their songs in the pub, and Scandinavian boats. And so we're this really strange mix of English, Irish, Scottish, Welsh, and Scandinavian, really, is the Isle of Man and its music. And we found these songs that had been written perhaps in the 1500s, had actually emigrated with people to America, especially to parts of Appalachia, eastern Tennessee, etc. And a really fascinating thing was that a lot of these songs were way more preserved and in better nick in Appalachia than they were in England, because they'd kind of been so isolated for so long that they'd stayed kind of more true to the original, if you like. And I heard some fantastic stories, and I think one of the most profound moments of my musical career so far was meeting a musicologist called Bobby Fulcher, who is in Tennessee. I mean, one of those sickeningly wonderful people that you meet and you go, oh my God, he's got everything figured out. Just seems to have coasted. The most incredibly intelligent, marvellous human being. And I asked him how he got into field recordings and recording folk music and the kind of, the history behind the musicology thing. And he told me this heartbreaking story. And it's funny you ask about kind of songs and lyrics. But we were in the most nondescript of places. We were in a Panera Bread, bawling our eyes out at this story about how he got into folk music. And he'd been told by his boss at the Library of Congress that he needed to go and track down these two people, this married couple who played Appalachian folk music in eastern Tennessee, and bring them back to play in DC. And so this is basically my attempt at writing down the story that he said. It's a very long-winded way to just have a song. First met Dee Delta all those years ago. I was traveling down the Cumberland roads, when the sweetest sound I'd ever heard led me to their front door. And Dee told me his father was a working man who plowed these fields, who loved this land. He said I followed in his footsteps, and I've done the best I can, Lord, I've done the best I can. But all things change, carry nothing with you but a light in your name. All things change, carry nothing with you but a light in your name. Delta was a loving wife, tough as nails. She'd had a life of working, hauling rails. Her hair as red as sunset, words of poetry. She said, you'll never meet a finer man than Dee. And they set to singing such a sad old tune, and I sat and listened in the flame of the moon. They sang the days long gone, and lovers too. They sang so soft, they sang so true. When the song was over, after the last refrain, I looked them in the eyes, the tears rolling down my face. I said, well, there's a world waiting to hear you play. Won't you come with me to the city someday? 'Cause all things change. Carry nothing with you but light in your name. All things change. Carry nothing with you but light in your name. When that day came, their eyes were wide as a child's, a small suitcase between them, far from the mountain wilds. And Dee was silent, Delta grinning with pride, their hands together down at their sides. That night Dee sang to thunderous applause. The city folks had never heard a man sing like Dee before, and he never did stop singing all the way home. Through hills and valleys his voice was blown, singing all things change. Carry nothing with you with light in your name. All things change. Carry nothing with you with light in your name. They came back to find nothing more than ashes and embers on the forest floor. A home up in smoke, Delta fell to her knees, head in her hands and tears on her cheeks. Dee turned to his wife, he said, we have all we need, and held her in his arms as he held her to her feet. He said, this old shack is rubble, but we will not be beat, my dear. You will always have a home in me, and I will build a house you wanted. I will build a home for us to live together till we see our children grown. And this ain't nothing but a sad memory. It'll take more than this to stop Delta and Dee. And I often think about the strength they found that day. I tell the same to you as I heard them say. All things change. Carry nothing with you with light in your name. All things change. Carry nothing with you with light in your name. Thank you very much, thank you.